The Taylor Swift-Travis Kelce saga was always going to lead us here. First came the early rumors. Then came the hard evidence. Now comes the sexism. Actress Rachel Zegler called out a Barstool podcast host earlier this week who said he wanted to see a sex tape featuring the rumored couple. If Taylor Swift is going to be taking over our Sundays, I'm going to need to see a sex tape. These are my demands. Alongside the tweet, he shared a crude discussion about Swift's sex life. Swift and Kelce's relationship is the topic of the moment. You can't escape discussions about it. But that doesn't mean people have a right to make sexist, misogynistic and cruel statements about it. Especially when we look back at how female stars like Britney Spears, people look back and they want to sort of point fingers and blame, acting as though they would have known better at the time, which they wouldn't have, because it was the time. Those were the types of questions that were asked. The modern music industry, the social construction of female popular music stars, are they horrifying? Absolutely. Did most of us recognize them as horrifying? Now we're much better at knowing where those lines are. But if these comments this week about Swift show us anything, it's that female celebrities are still on the front lines of the nation's culture wars, balancing their own aspirations with their audience's desires and society's expectations. They are trying to navigate success in a culture that still demands access to their bodies and in many cases their private lives. Most celebrities and public figures have millions of followers on Twitter, Instagram and TikTok, platforms which allow them to tell their stories in unadulterated ways, or, at the very least, better control their messages. Swift herself plays into this celebrity culture, constantly dropping Easter eggs for fans to guess clues at which re-recording she'll release next or what surprise songs she'll play at her next stop on the Eras tour. That doesn't mean it gives us license to endlessly speculate about A-listers' relationships to the point of misogyny. Most of the time as fans we feel good when the celebrities we like do well, just like supporting the winning football team. When it comes to celebrity culture, our desire and hunger for it never ends, Chito Childs said. But people are better off focusing their energy on positive rather than negative messaging. In other words, in the case of Swift, focus on her songs and not the intimate details of her sex life. To quote one of her songs, "After all, if she were a man, every conquest she had made would make her more of a boss to you."